Yo, it's Donnie here. Okay, in today's video, I have a fun story to talk about, and today's video, I'm gonna be talking about um, the reality of being in a local band. It's a video I've been writing for a while, and I have some thoughts to share. So let's not waste time. Let's jump right into it. Okay? Cool. Okay, so being in a band is fun. All right, and it always should be that way. You get to make music with your friends and just have a great time playing shows, hanging out with some of your best friends, playing the instruments you love, just making music, okay? Music's a strange form of art, but why are we so drawn to it? Okay? It's a really strange thing that I always think about. Like, it's just sounds, you know what I mean? Why do we obsess over being a successful musician, and how do we get to that point? These are things that I'm always thinking about in my head, and I'm slowly making the right moves to get me to that point. And I kind of want to just share that with you and share my story and just, I don't know, talk about it because it's interesting to me. It's things I like to talk about with my friends and shit. So, hi, my name is Donnie Payne. I play guitar in the deathcore band Torn Soul. If this is the first time you've seen me, people that have been watching me or my friends watching me, you know who I am. I play the strings. I go bum 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 dum 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 dum. I've written down some things here that I want to talk about. I've written it. I started writing this video like a month ago, and I'm still like just trying to figure it out. It's fucking just on my mind, and I just wanted to get this video out. So, pretty much, Torn Soul, we're still in our early stages of the band. Okay, we're about 5 years in, but this is technically like the first year that we've really done something, that we've really been shown to the broader audience of metal fans and deathcore fans, okay? That being said, this is not a pros and cons list. This is just me sharing my experiences and my thoughts on the whole thing. I need to change my camera battery. 1 second. Sorry about that. My camera died, and then I don't have another battery, so the first thing I did was order some fucking batteries off of Amazon because I'm an idiot and I don't have any other batteries. So yeah, let's get back into it. What's up? Yep. But yeah, this video is called The Reality of Being a Local Band because, like, I just really want to share with you guys my experiences and my expectations in the beginning versus how it really is now. So, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much the gist of it. And don't mind me, I'm going to be looking at my phone a little bit because I wrote down a lot of stuff here. But anyways, pretty much, like, what I have to say is, like, every successful or popular band has their roots in their local scene. My band, Torn Soul, we started off in our small town of Cumming, Georgia. The home of Pornhub Premium, if you know what I mean. Free Pornhub Premium, because it's coming. Get it? Get it? Yeah, so we started off here, and we were playing a bunch of local shows with local bands, and I remember it was like never any like specific genre, but to be fair, like we didn't really. Okay, I just had to check to make sure I was recording, because stupid. We didn't really like know what we were going for at that time. We just knew we wanted to be heavy, right? Like we had a broad, different sense of influences between each member. Like a lot of us just liked Slipknot, and then some of us liked like super hard death metal and shit like that. And like really, that was the beginning of us all getting into music in general. So like my background as a music lover is like I came from like loving emo music and shit like that. So like I started, my first band was like that I got into was Green Day, and then it went Slipknot, and then it went King 810, and then it went Ghost and fucking Motionless in White, and then just fucking then I dived into the whole emo thing, dude. I was like Pierce the Veil, love me some Pierce the Veil, fucking Black Veil Brides, all that shit. Like super emo kid at heart. Here's a picture. Alright, cool. But yeah, like it was just that was my upbringings, that was my inspiration. I wanted to play like kind of heavy music, but I also liked the metalcore thing, like Bullet for My Valentine. I was super into them too. Kind of getting sidetracked now, but yeah, like that was my thing. And then our other members had like fucking all sorts of different fucking so much different influences, but the thing is we could not decide. And we would just cover a bunch of songs. I think we had like 3 songs at the time of like original music, and it was just bullshit, man. It just sucked. I'll throw in a little clip right here if you guys want to hear some of that. Alright, so yeah, that shit's bad. But either way, we're playing these local shows. We dropped our first EP that I like recorded myself with one microphone, and we recorded all the instruments with one microphone. It was a mess, okay? It was a mess, right? But yeah, like every band starts off with like a local scene, whatever town they're from or whatever city they're from. Just fucking, they start off playing bullshit in their small town or big city or whatever it may be, and they don't really know what they're doing. So after a long time of us playing just locally and coming, we like we started to branch out and we wanted to play different areas. So we started playing in like other out of the perimeter cities. But then the real turning point for us is when we got closer to the city. It was south of the city, but it was in a place called Furnace 41 in Jonesboro, and that was the turning point because that place was the spot that brought all of the local bands of Georgia like there, and all of these different local bands from different local scenes, whatever small town they're from, got to meet each other, got to play together. Like we made some friends along the way. Like shout out Actus Reyes, those guys are mine. Like those some of my best friends, you know what I mean? And shout out Yosemite and Black. Those are just two that I remember off the top of my head. Oh yeah, I met fucking God Tongue, my boys, God Tongue there, and just a lot of friends we made at Furnace 41. Had a great sound system, and just like it was just phenomenal. You know, like it was really cool going from just playing in like a shitty room with a shitty PA and your amps to being mic'd up on a real stage with a green room and like having great sound. That was what Furnace 41 was for us. So that was our big turning point. And I remember every year they used to do a thing called Southern Brutality Metal Fest, and it was just like a festival for Furnace 41 they would set up, and they had two stages running. They had the main stage, was like this big ass stage. I'll see if I can find a video of us playing. I think I've got a video somewhere. And like, but Southern Brutality, they'd had like fucking maybe like 20 bands playing, right? And some bands would be on the main stage, some would be on the pit stage, and it would alternate back and forth while one band's playing, another band's sound checking and shit. And it's like super cool. And we did that for a couple years, and we like after that Southern Brutality Fest, we ended up playing a lot of shows there in general, and just like local shows. So like that was the first thing that brought us closer getting out of our local scene, which was really like us and a band called Silly Goose. Now they used to be called Student Driver. We played a place called His Rock, which was just like our one local venue. It was just a record store, and you know, it's like it was really cool. We got to play with them all the time. We were totally different bands now, both of us are, but it was like really cool having that strong local scene, and then moving on and going to Jonesboro and like having that different scene. You know, it was like an upgrade, right? So after a long amount of time though, it kind of got stagnant with Furnace. Like it was hard to bring our people from up here down there because it's an hour and a half away, and you know, like we weren't really, our main problem is we were not seeing new faces. So we wanted to get more shows in the city, but we didn't know what we were doing, right? We didn't know how to do it. In all reality, how are we gonna do it? We had 3 demos out, and it was just shit. And we deleted our first EP because that was even worse. We didn't have anything to show, you know? How are we gonna get on these bigger shows if we don't have anything to show? That was one thing I remember, like, we were just like, oh, we wanna open for this band, like Fit for an Autopsy, and like these big bands are Knocked Loose and shit. It's like, but it's like super unrealistic. Big dream, big ambitions, but super unrealistic based on the point we were at, right? We tried to get gigs, and then we just could never, we really just couldn't, because we didn't have a fan base. We didn't know how to reach out to anybody or anything. But like we knew we had like something going at Furnace in Jonesboro. But the thing is with that is that after we stopped bringing our fans, because we couldn't bring our fans, because it's so far away, and we were playing there like every month, different shows and stuff, and the festival and everything. But the thing about Furnace is it had like a really good core fan base of fans that just would come to Furnace and just watch every show no matter what. Like it was super sick, honestly. But yeah, we were 2 years in and we had three lackluster demos. And then I think we might have released, yeah, I think we released a fourth demo that was just like just crap. But finally something changed. You know, I was on the grind for just emailing everybody about shows. Finally figured out how to get in contact with people that set up shows. And I was just emailing every show we possibly could, right? Every show at the Masquerade and just other Atlanta venues, just trying to get an opening slot. And not many people would respond because we had these three crappy demos and we had like 40 to 70 monthly listeners on Spotify at the time. So it was just like, why would we do that? And then finally, after playing so many shows at Furnace and playing so many other local shows out of the perimeter, we kind of made a name for ourselves where we were able to open for slot and for the heavy, brutal, melodic metalcore band of, you guessed it, Soulfly, right? Soulfly. Bet you didn't guess that one. We got the opportunity to open for Soulfly. I remember sending that email and getting it back, and we were so fucking stoked. And to be honest with you, like, fucking, most of us really didn't listen to Soulfly, but, you know, I knew a few songs, and, like, we were just hyped that we were playing at the Masquerade, we were playing with Soulfly and Toxic Holocaust, and I think there was, like, there's two other local bands, and I can't remember their names, so if you're watching this, I am so sorry. I know one of the bands, vocals wore like this crazy mask, and then the other band, I remember their drummer. I just don't remember the name of the band. Anyways, we got to open for Soulfly, and we were all like, I think we were like 15 to 17 at this time, and like we got checked out of high school early to go play this show at the Masquerade on a Friday. I had just gotten this tattoo, our old logo, and like it was just super, super sick. Like we were super stoked, right? That was like the perfect thing because we went in there like super excited. We played our set, and like at the time like we thought it sounded great, and the crowd like really dug what we had going on. I have a video of this show. I'll post it here. We just loved it. It was awesome. So we were like, oh, this is our big break, okay? And then COVID-19 happens. Coronavirus happens. Everything gets shut down. Like, we don't get to play shows anymore, and we thought that was it. This was, like, literally the week before COVID hit. We took that time to, like, really start writing, and we were sitting on these songs. We're like, okay, well, now that we've got that, and we want more in the future, we need to actually make music and release the music. So we got in the studio with John Douglas, and I have a whole story about how I got in contact with John, because honestly, John Douglas and Jason Sukoff, those guys changed my life and my band's like career forever. Like I am so overly thankful for those guys, and it was over just like a random decision that I made that I ended up finding out about them, and I will make a video about that if you guys want to hear about it. It's really cool. It was like that literally changed my life, and I'm super thankful. So thank you, John. Thank you, Jason, for putting me in this fucking direction where I'm at now. And even though, John, you make fun of me in the group chat, fuck you. But anyways, so we decided to get in the studio, and we had these songs, and we went in there, and I remember we were like, oh, we want to record a whole album, and Jason was like, nah, bro, I ain't doing it, go to John, and John was like, nah, bro, let's do a few songs. So we did a few songs, and I remember going in there, and we had one song, which turned out to be The Test, and The Test, Bleak, so The Test and Bleak were the two demos that we had that, like, structurally are about the same, but then we added a lot in the studio, and John like helped us rewrite it and like just like really opened our fucking minds up instead of being stupid. But then I remember we brought in the old version of The Watcher, which I just re-uploaded on Torn Soul's page. If you guys want to go check out that music video, The Watcher by Torn Soul, re-upload. It's one of our older songs, but I remember the old demo. It was just like a total rip of Slipknot, and like it just sucked. And I remember bringing it to John, and John was like, "This sucks. We can keep that riff. So yeah, we scratched everything, kept one riff, and we went to the studio for weeks and we just rewrote that song together, and we just fucking went at it. There's my dog. Layla, what are you doing? Okay. But yeah, we went into the studio and we rewrote that song, and it turned out to be way better. That was like really sick, getting into a real studio, writing like sick music. It changed our writing, changed our mindsets, and we felt good about ourselves. We dropped The Test featuring Oliver Ray Alorion, or however you say his fucking last name. I hit up Ollie at the time on Instagram because he was looking to do features. So I hit him up and we gave him his money, and he blasted out a feature, and it was fucking sick. So we got our songs done. We got them mixed and mastered by Jason Sukoff, and I remember releasing that. We I think we got like 7,000 plays on Spotify or something like that. Oh no, we peaked at like 7,000 monthly listeners. And the music video was like popping off a little bit, and we were like, "Holy shit, this is it." We released it on Slam Worldwide, and we were like, "Holy shit, this is the most we've ever had." Oh no, it wasn't 7,000. We peaked at 1,700 monthly listeners on Spotify, and that was like, I remember the first week of it, we hit 1,700, and then it started to dwindle. But we were like, "Holy shit!" We were so stoked. People started like really like listening to us in the scene now in Atlanta, because we'd played a few shows in Atlanta. And then recording this and releasing it, everybody was like, "Holy shit, they're actually good now. What the fuck happened?" They had a big change. And like, I remember a lot of our old fans from Furnace were like, "Damn, y'all changed a lot for the better, and I can't wait to see what happens." And then we were just riding that high, and we had those 3 songs, man, and we played fucking, I don't know, probably like 100 shows. Maybe not that much, I don't know. We just played a lot of shows in Atlanta. We got to open for bands like Left to Suffer, Distant, fucking, why am I losing a blank here? Okay, sorry, my fucking SD card got full. Need to get a new one with more than 16 gigabytes. But anyways, where I left off is we were opening up for bands like Distant, Traitors, Scumfuck, Left to Suffer, and just like, we were able to do that now because we'd made it thus far. But then on top of that, we weren't only able to hit those opening slots, for those bigger bands. We grinded out on local shows in the perimeter, in the city, like just playing so many shows with just other local bands, and like some were great and some just didn't have many people coming, but it all came down to how much we promoted it for ourselves, and also like a little bit came down to the area as well. Like, I know some venues just like with parking, or it's just harder to get into, but we were able to do that. And then last year, we were also able to do our first out-of-state shows. We went to South Carolina. We went to a few different spots in Florida. We didn't play in Alabama, but we stopped there. And then, like, Tennessee, we were able to travel some more, and just get out of our realm of our state. And that was, like, really important. Savannah was a really big one for us, too. Shit like that. So the more you do, the more you grow, and connections is key. It's really like down to that, the networking, and I'm gonna make a whole video on that kind of idea itself, the connections is key thing. But it really comes down to the people you meet, the networking you do, and the shows you're going to. Like, we went to a lot of shows locally, promoting ourselves and just talking to other bands, and like just planning things, making friends. Like, that's what it's about. Like, you're not gonna be able to grow by yourself. You have to have a strong team, and you have to have a strong group of friends that all of you guys want to come up together. Like, that's how a community grows, that's how the scene thrives, that's how everything works, you know what I mean? So that is super important, and like I said, I'm gonna make a whole video on connections and like networking and stuff as well. It's things that I've learned. And now, as of this year, we've finally been put on the map a little bit, and like, we've released some of our best work yet. And honestly, the future's looking pretty bright for Torn Soul, and I'm like really excited for the Torn Soul camp and how we're doing things, and the writing we've been doing recently. So stay on the lookout for that shit. But in closing, for the end of this video here, the reality of being a local band is like, you need patience, and you need a hard work ethic, and you need to just have a plan. Those are the 3 things. Like, we've planned out some things, and I learned from a guy named Jeff Menig. He's Left to Suffer's manager. Like, set deadlines for yourself, make a plan, and even if you don't make those deadlines, do whatever you can to get close to it. Or if something doesn't work out, plan something else and just make something happen. Be consistent. We recently had some pretty big things in the band that's kind of slowed us down. But I took a little break, about a month. Breaks are important too, honestly. Breaks are really important to like clear your mental health, because like all I do is think about the shit all the time, and it kind of gets stressful at times, especially when you're working full-time jobs. Like right now I'm like working two jobs and like just still pushing through, and now I'm trying to start my YouTube up and like really get it going. But breaks are important from time to time. Thankfully I have a day off tomorrow, so have a plan, make it happen, and just do your best thing. Be patient. Do the best you can. Be patient. That's really all I have for this. So hopefully this helped you. The reality of being a local band is you're a local band, man. It takes time to get to that stage. Don't rush it. Do not rush it, and just like, okay, I'm gonna do this and this and this. Like my Progress Daily video. Progress daily. Do things to push you towards your goal. Sorry. And just have fun doing it, man. And make music you want to make music that hypes you up, that connects with people. And I promise you, you will be happier in the end, and you will feel so much gratification from the things that do happen for you. The little things to the big things. So, keep doing y'all's things. I'm going to go to bed now. Good night, guys. Thank you for watching this video, or good morning maybe, depending on you'll probably watch this tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have it edited tomorrow and released tomorrow. But thank you for watching my video, and subscribe to Torn Soul, and subscribe here to this channel, and leave a like and comment and hang out with me and follow me on Instagram and all that shit. Okay, alright, sweet. Bye. 3. Let's see. Okay. 3, 2. Fuck. 3, 2. This is just like me. I was just typing away in my head and then typing on the computer because fuck, I can't talk. It's late. I'm tired.